I was just talking with the gentleman in KISS, George and Peter and Paul and Ace about...
George is not
George?
manager.
I want to ask...
Oh, George! Oh, you're Ace! George is not here.
George
how
is
about
here,
James?
but he's in the background.
This is
The bass player!
All right, you better tell him about that list right now, because you're not getting away with it.
You were telling me about something that happened on the road.
Well, why don't we let Paul kick off the story and
All
I'll
right,
finish
fine.
it.
Like I said, Paul was
We
going
were
to
in
kick off the story.
Arkansas.
There's so many great road stories. It's really an education. When you go out on the road, you're really green. I just thought of something. The very first tour we did, you know, you expect all these women and you start settling for girls. But
Confession time here.
I remember one instance where I didn't even tell you. I was with a girl in my room and I said to her, "So tell me a little about yourself." You know, and she said, "I just got out of the nut house."
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
No, but the story we were talking about, we were in Arkansas, and I was
That's why you wanted me to stay in your room that night.
I was with a girl, and this was the first tour, and it turned out
This was about 4 years ago.
that she was 16, and it turned out there was a prison right across from the hotel, convenient to take me away, and it also turned out that she made her living going from room to room in the hotel. She was a hooker, and all of a sudden there's a knock at my door, and it's the police telling me to open up or else. And I can't figure out what's going on except that somebody must have told on me. Meanwhile, Ace is in the room next door throwing his furniture onto the highway, having a party.
Yeah.
We were on the 20th floor of a hotel, and I don't want to name the hotel because I don't want to be incriminated.
Again.
Anyway, I threw all my furniture out the window, and I was with two other friends of mine that actually were from New York, but had somehow ended up in Arkansas at the moment. Anyway, to make a long story short,
we were in Canada.
my road manager runs in the door and he says, "The state troopers are here. They're going to arrest you." He said, "Get in bed and put your head under the pillow." I said, "Great." So 5 minutes later, the state troopers walk in, and there's my road manager, Frankie Scanlaro. Hell of a nice guy. I love him. And he says, "Look at him. He's drunk. He's under the pillows. He didn't do anything."
He was
Go to Paul's
What
room.
a con artist. He was
There's a lot of people in his room. There was a big party. They got him drunk. They drugged him. They threw all his furniture out the window. They ran out the door.
They got him drunk.
They got him drunk.
They got me drunk. I fell out. They threw all his furniture out the window. And look at him. He's
We
gone.
got away with it.
And he talked his way.
And it flew, huh?
Yeah. There was
That wasn't the
furniture,
first time he
trees.
talked his way out of us getting in jail. But he was an incredible guy. Frankie, I love you. I'll see you New Year's Eve.
Going into the last commercial, I don't know if we still have the record up, but we played a piece of music and you'd said something that caught my ear. A lot of people won't recognize that
That's
as
Beth,
being-
written by Peter Criss.
as being
Kiss
Kiss.
music.
Yeah.
And if it's still up, if you could just sneak it in a bar or two, because maybe people watching this have a short memory span. It'll be here in a second. But now, why would you say people wouldn't recognize?
People have preconceived notions about who it is that Kiss is. You know, they think that all we are is, guitars, loud guitars, drums. We're also four happy-go-lucky kind of guys that wear makeup. You know? No.
Go ahead.
We,
Happy-go-lucky.
Peter Criss. Naturally, they don't play the vocal.
That's us doing
No
the
guitars,
violin.
no drums, that's right.
That means down. That means down.
My God, to me, it just looks up and down.
Yeah, just down.
So that goes to show you we could write with, it's a symphony. I mean, we used the whole big symphony when I wrote that tune.
When have you done that in front of people?
I do it every night.
With a tape. We use a tape for
I use
that
a
one.
tape, but I sing live to it. And we won People's Choice Award for it. It was a big hit for us.
But you played the violins yourselves?
No,
we
no,
had
no,
like
no.
a
You have charts written out for, the
Okay.
various sections, and you make sure that they play the right melodies and the right timbre.
A lot of people, have so many preconceived notions about Kiss, but the greatest thing about the success we've got now is that we're basically free to do anything we want.
like this.
What are you doing?
He's ruining your teddy bear.
I'm trying to make him a space bear. Space bear. The only space bear in captivity. I got him. He's captured.
Captain Bear.
Okay.
Space bear.
How are you, Tom?
I'm all right, thank you. In your off time. I mean, when you're not performing, not in your off time, but when you're. What is the recreational activity that you enjoy?
Oh, orgies,
Yeah.
sacrifices.
Human sacrifice.
Human sacrifices.
There's a movie where it says a guy said orgies.
Orgies, that's right.
Augie doggy
No,
doggy.
I do various things.
Do you mind if I hold on to him? He's
No, you can hold him as long as you like.
Thank
Just
you.
make certain that when you leave, he stays.
Stays here.
Okay.
Then you'll go to mine,
I've heard
take
the
one of
horror
mine.
stories about thefts. Yes.
Watch horror movies, collect Betamax cassettes of horror movies, cartoons, old. Try me. Name me any horror movie, and I'm putting you on the spot. As old as you want. It could be silent.
Oh, this is his game.
Get you, Tom.
Gene's got you now.
Of course he's going to get me. He's gonna
No,
keep it real
because
straight.
I'm not that good on horror movies.
Well, Pat told me that you were.
You don't?
No, I heard you like the old gangsters movies, because I love the old
No, he doesn't like that either.
No,
he just
I
likes
don't-
bears.
I don't care for those.
How about was like?
Cartoons. No.
Cartoons I care for.
All right, try me.
You mean if I give you a cartoon and you'll give me the plot? Or what?
You could do that.
The writer, the producer.
What would you like to do?
All right, I'll give you one. Bugs Bunny, Hairway to the Stars.
Airway to the Stars is when he goes, when the big spaceship lands, the Martian comes out.
You got it.
With the little helmet.
almost
And
Roman.
Chuck Jones produced it from an original script by Robert McKimson. You can check on it.
I don't have to, because Chuck Jones was here about 3 weeks ago, and I remember that conversation.
It is
because
Chuck
we
Jones.
talked about Hairway to the Stars.
Yeah.
Boy, you just,
So that's
right.
trivia, horror movies, and you watch them a lot, and you have
Yeah.
a collection of them?
in fact, yes, I get into my little straitjacket, put on the Betamax, on it goes. Hello, Luli.
Little disconnected things come out.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a living, you know what I mean.
And you?
I fantasize being a masked crime fighter. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. This is about as close as I can get to it. The other time when I'm not on stage, I kind of sit in my apartment and say, I want to be alone.
That was very good.
Someone once said that.
When did you start dressing up?
Like this?
No, this is not.
This
dressed
isn't,
up.
you know,
This
when
isn't that wild for this guy.
No, this really. You should see what I wear on the street.
Nothing.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I always had this dream of becoming a crime fighter, but there was never any call for it. I always wanted to be on a stallion overlooking the Long Island Expressway, with my hair blowing back, fighting crime. But just didn't work.
No, there aren't too many guys around on stallions looking over the Long Island
Long Island
Expressway with their hair blowing in the wind
Except
saying,
at night.
Hi, I fight crime. Are you the one who used to, one of you used to race cars a lot, or?
Well, I tried it,
Yeah.
but
Many
it doesn't
times.
work well for me. I've wrecked quite a few cars in my time. I'm very lucky to be here. I really am. So I stopped that. I promised today no more racing cars.
Well, Peter, we're very lucky to have you here.
Well, it's good to be here,
It's
Tom.
really strange, Tom. Peter has 9 lives. He's come close several times.
That's good. He's the
And we
cat.
still love him, and we're glad to see that he's still around. God love you.
So now I stay up watching late. I like Bogart movies and Cagney and the real old gangster stuff. Dillinger, all those real. And I collect guns. I target shoot. I don't
Just
hunt.
toy guns now. We're not talking
No,
about
I
real
collect
guns.
real guns.
What do you mean?
I can say that.
But as a collector of them because
I
of
collect them and I shoot them only targets. So I never hunt animals or anything like that.
What is it about having a gun collection?
I'm fascinated by them. Maybe because I'm fascinated by gangster movies. If I could relive, I would love to be in the 20s and be like a Dillinger or a Babyface Nelson.
In the movies. See how I'm trying to bail him out? In the movies. It's LaCoin, our manager. Hello, Bill.
Well, wait, if he wants to be on the
Gene, are you kind of the guy who kind of keeps it all
The
level
mother.
and keeps it all?
You know what I like?
The mother.
He's the mother
See, because
superior.
again, let me tell you something.
What's hit? The man is hitting. I don't believe it.
Because if
Give
this
him a
guy,
break, for God's
That
sake.
was for fun.
I'm your host.
That was
Gene
for fun.
talking about being a monster.
Well, try this for fun. Man's violent, for heaven's
Gene's
sake.
That
I
was
can't be
fun.
You're rude.
I'm sorry.
all I know is if this guy gets himself in trouble, I'm in trouble.
Wait a minute. You can run around being a vampire and I should be a James Cagney? That's not
Here
fair.
we go. I just started something.
That's what I just said. He wanted to be a gangster in the 20s, and that's what he wanted to
But
be.
the 20s are over and here I am now, a drummer
That's
with
right.
Kiss.
But everybody's got a fantasy, and we're all good guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Good.
Probably have
Definitely.
good substantial breakfast every morning.
No, we
Oh, I wasn't
No.
giving the money to the poor.
that's good.
I would have
Well,
kept
all one of you has to do is say nanu nanu, and I'm up 40 feet in the air.
No, I wouldn't.
Now I read again in the little thing, the one that said Ace probably won't talk at all. Toys, that you were a toy or a game collector.
That's true. No,
Gene,
I collect
it's Phil
toys.
Donahue who says, I need a little help here. You know what I mean?
I told Pat I collect antique toys. And
I'm very
trinkets.
articulate if I want to be.
Do you want
Want
to
to
be?
talk to me?
No, but now we've gone through their fantasies or their things that
Well,
they
yeah.
do.
Let Ace tell you
I'm
about the
into
toys
science
got under the
fiction,
ground.
I'm into technology. I'm fascinated by the fact that 5 or 10 years from now we'll be able to have space stations circling the Earth that are totally
Microwave oven.
controlled and energized by solar energy, that are totally independent of the Earth. I think that's fascinating.
Would you care to tell our audience what you were doing at 4 o'clock this morning?
No. I don't want to get arrested. No, actually,
But seriously. But actually.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a down-to-earth human being, and
Yeah, right.
Taurus is an Earth sign. Come on, let's get back to reality.
But Ace is in space.
And we are.
Tell me about the toy you've got under the ground, that big toy that you just built.
Oh,
bunker.
I built a recording studio underground, 18 feet underground, next to my house.
I mean, you're talking about the state of the art on the East Coast. There's no place like this.
It's automated board. It's all computerized. Cost me a lot of money. I don't want to talk about it. My cannon's ready to.
No, but this is good.
I'd
got a
like you
place
to
to
tell
hide.
about the helicopter that you're building.
Well, I'm into radio-controlled, model airplanes, and most recently helicopters, which are more fascinating because they're much more challenging. Anybody that's into radio-controlled models knows that right now helicopters are hard to control. And it's the state of the art now.
Bet you didn't know
it's
that.
tough.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
The Germans make the best ones at the moment. Right now I have a Japanese one I'm having trouble with. No, I have a German one on order.
Don't
Okay.
do it.
I'm not doing anything. I'm talking about.
Don't
but this,
you dare.
This guy's a good egg right here. He's a little hard-boiled, but he's good.
What strange things have happened to you? Strange fan mail or strange... Look at this.
You know, as soon as we start...
Come on, Gene, call him off, please.
Okay.
Okay,
Easy, Ace, come on.
Avenue. First show we ever did was New Year's Eve, 1973-74. My hair caught fire. There's a part in the show where I breathe fire, and of course I hadn't had too much practice then, and the right side of my hair caught fire, and everybody thought it was part of the act. They just went right along with it, and I didn't know what happened. Somebody came, doused me with a towel.
That's the trouble with the show that we do. It's so big, and there's so much going on that when something really goes wrong or somebody gets hurt, nobody ever knows it. Well, at one show, I got hit with something, and my eye was bleeding. And go ahead, Paul, bleed from that eye.
Miami, when you got electrocuted.
I was I almost
Want to throw a
died.
bomb up at me?
That's not fun. I've been laughing this whole show. In Miami, I touched the railing, which was metal at the time, and the railing wasn't properly grounded. And everybody in this group knows I almost died that night.
We finished that
I
show,
passed
though.
out. I couldn't, for the rest of the show, there was no feeling in my fingers.
That was a close call.
So since then, we've gone with more electronics. We've got
Wireless guitars now, so we
that
can't
don't
be
need wires,
shocked.
based on the radio. Same principle that his helicopter is based on.
Even
Absolutely.
once
That's great.
What I got?
That's what I call band interaction.
M80s, and I couldn't.
You got
I
to start
blew
over
off-
because
I will.
he was going while you were starting.
When he was electrocuted, somebody once said M80.
What a line, huh? Hey, when Ace was electrocuted, when we fried
I
Ace.
flew right into it.
There's a TV over there.
And
Look
it
at this.
really,
It's
really hurt.
incredible.
I really couldn't hear for 3 months. It was really dangerous.
That's why we
Really was. I still can't hear. Why?
Peter, what?
No, you got to tell it all over again.
We were in some town, I don't know where it was, way down south. Way down Dixie. And I got some kid through it. They're called M80s.
Oh, the big firecracker.
Yeah.
Yes,
It was
cans,
Memphis,
cherry
Flush them down the
bombs.
toilet in
It was
school.
in Memphis, Tennessee, and it literally blew me off the drums, and I woke up in a car, and I went back and did the show, but I couldn't hear out of my ear for at least 3 months. It was really dangerous.
So that's why we got some bad reviews.
Yeah. But there's been some scary moments.
Who do you think is the audience for KISS? Who do you play to?
We initially thought we were doing this for ourselves initially because we started out. Here's the old rap we had. We initially started out being the audience. It wasn't that long ago, and the premise behind anything that we do is we try to place ourselves in the audience. Would we like it if we did it? And we started out with pretty much of a middle teen audience, and now it's grown into a circus. We've got bears and
It's amazing.
Leaps and bounds.
It's crazy. If we're in a hotel across the street from the halls we're playing, it really looks like Ringling Brothers because you see parents, you see 6 years old, you see 25-year-olds. It's really it appeals to a lot.
And if we did a concert in Bombay, there would even be cows.
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
I don't believe it.
If you cross the street,
Look at this guy. He's a good guy.
I'm getting bruised by you.
Wake up.
I'm amazed.
I'm getting killed. I know. I'll do it with you at the same time.
I've got to move on to the lady Dorothy Dietrich, who saws the member of the staff in half, which is a million laughs. Do you want to be sawed in half tonight?
Absolutely.
Why not? But may I thank you all for being here. Ace,
Tom,
you have a
hey,
terrific
I
sense of
enjoyed it.
humor, and you're a good man.
And enjoy the trains.
Thank you very, very much.
I heard about
Thank you
that.
very, very much.
I'm
Peter,
into it, too.
good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Tom.
Thank you very much. And Paul, thank you. It's
great.
And I'm sorry I said you were a bass player, Gene. You're
He's a good fish.
quite all right, Ralph.
He's a good egg.
Take care.
Thank you all very much.
We had a ball.
It's a pleasure.
It's great.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Watch out for
Hi,
that full moon.
Where are you?
Okay, True Confessions. We will continue after these words from our sponsors. Did I blow you?